Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 25. Sorry. But first he must suffer many things and be rejected of this generation. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it also be in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Just like that lightning, it's going to be a fast thing, like, whoop, whoop, huh? What? You know, right? Likewise also, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. Just like that. One moment is going to be good, the other moment is going to be you know, it's going to be messed up. Right? In that day, he which shall be upon the housetop and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away. And let he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. Yeah, remember Lot. So if you got your little beautiful golden chain in the house and all that type of stuff, or you know, you got something that you think it's worthy, you know, your beautiful bomber jack or whatever. I don't know, man, just something. And he'd be like, no, wait, let me go get my stuff, and then I'll come back. Just like with Yahawashi, he said in the. Let me go bury my parents or something like that. And then he said, let the dead bury the dead. don't go back. Just come here right now and just do this. You know, because they're gone. No, there's nobody there. You know, they might put you in a dilemma talking about you want to say bye to the carcass, I should say. It's kind of disrespectful, but it is what it is. To the carcass, or say hello to everlasting life. A lot of people will say, I'll just say goodbye to the carcass and then I come. No, you're tainted now because you went there and then now you're unclean. You can't come back here for 7 days. And meanwhile, in those 7 days, they're gone. You should have been fixed up your stuff, because within that 7 days, they're gone. You know, you took too long. And even if you didn't take long, you was fast, you came back the same day, you unclean. Now you gotta wait 7 days for you to be, you know, clean again. But yeah, but in other scripture, it does say, I think it's Numbers 19, even if a man toucheth a dead body, he is still ordered to participate in the Passover. So yeah, I understand that. So that's still the truth. Yeah. So not to get you like, oh wait a minute, I can't participate. No, with the salvation, it is something else. That's something else. But still, I said it just to, you know, just to poke fun. But yeah. But it is the truth. But how can I say it? It is not according to the scriptures, but it is I can say a metaphor. It's a metaphor. Should I use the word parable? That's parable. Metaphor. Let me keep it modern. Or a puzzle. It was a riddle. Yeah, something like that. Anyway. So okay, let me go on. Now it says right here. Verse 31. And that I already read that. Verse 32. Remember Lot's wife. Remember Lot's wife. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it. If you want to seek to save the lifestyle that you have, for example, right now, or your actual life, like your physical life, like for example, in the book of 2 Maccabees 7 or 6, he said, "I didn't seek to save my life," meaning, because he could have saved his life by faking to eat that pork. He didn't fake it. He said, "Nah, I ain't gonna do it," you know, because the men that knew him, they liked him, right? They said, come over here, man, just eat this chicken and pretend that it is pork, but pretend for them, so that they will look at you and be like, oh, he gave in, oh man, I'm gonna give in too, man. But he didn't do that, because he was like, no, because then I'm gonna sin against the generation of Yahawashi, man. I ain't gonna do that. I'm old anyway, I'm gonna die anyway. So he said, fuck it, I don't want nothing to do with that. I'm not eating that pork, and I'm gonna show all the rest as an example not to do it. And he did it, and he died like that. And the Most High honored them so much that he put him in the scriptures, man. He didn't put his name, but you know, I honor that man until this day. Why? Because I know, like, hey, that's the type of mentality that I would want to have, man. Why? Because that's an example. That's a real role model. You know, you got people in the planet Earth and stuff like that trying to be role models, especially them gurus and stuff like that. Them, how you call them gurus? Them not the Instagram gurus. The how you call it? These relationship gurus, if I'm correct. Yeah. They want you to see them as the role model. You know what a model is? A model is something that you model yourself after. That's why I don't call females that walk on a catwalk or something like that, I don't call them models. Because you wouldn't want your daughter to walk around like that. You're not a model. Look up the word model and see what it means. Like a model citizen, right? That's a citizen that you're supposed to emulate yourself after, that doesn't do a lot of, you know, crime and all that type of stuff. That they call it the model citizen, whatever, right? Right? Well, that female is not something that you should model yourself after as a female yourself, as your daughter or your wife or something like that. You should keep those beasts far away from your daughters, because they're gonna teach them miraculous things. I'll tell you that. They're gonna teach them marvelous things. Fantastic, even. Anyway, so wait. Damn it. Okay, let me finish this off. So it says right here, Luke 21 and no, Luke 17. And yeah, I don't need to read the rest. It's talking about that. All right. See here. Look at this here. Back to Zephaniah, because like I said, we're in that time right now. And let me hit a few scriptures. So let me go with that time. Okay, cool. Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 12. And it shall come to pass that in that time that it will search Jerusalem with candles, because we are in darkness, man. And the Most High is going to search it. And once that lightning comes, it's going to light up everything. But that's in the end. And you still will have Jacob descendants that will be saved at the very end, man. At the very end. My leg ain't sleep or some shit? Can't be, right? We need to move around. Right. So, and it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lease. A lease is when liquor, back in the days, they changed it too. Because I know when I was younger, when I saw people drink beer, older men of course, Jacob descendants and stuff like that, when I saw them drink beer, they would always leave a little bit at the bottom and then they would throw it away. And I looked at them like, why are you wasting the beer? I didn't drink that shit because it was disgusting. When you're young, it's disgusting because it's bitter. But anyway, they drink it for a reason, because their minds get numb. That's the reason why people drink beer or any alcohol and drugs and stuff like that. But loose from that, the lees is that little part that is on the bottom that has been sitting there for a long time. So it's really strong in its taste. If you drink that, boy, you're going to throw up. You're going to spell your name in the snow, man. Without the snow even. Fuck that shit. You're going to spell your name, you know, with the throw up that you got, like a propeller. Projectors, right? Yeah. That's settled on their lease. They're really good, you know. They're in their positions. They're feeling themselves, you know. They got the power, right? That say in their heart, Yahweh will not do good, neither will he do evil. They think nothing's going to happen to them, because all the wicked, Esau is sitting on his lease too. That's in the book of, for example, one of the examples is in the book of Psalms 50, where it speaketh about thou altogether such as one, thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself. But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. So he think the Most High is down with him, because he has done all these things to the Jacob descendants, whether it be the northern tribers, not starting with, but the Gadites and stuff like that, Simeon, just the northern tribes over there in America, and South America and Middle America. And also when he grabbed the slaves and he brought them there, which the northern tribes were slaves too, but yeah, whatever. And then he grabbed the northern tribe, the southern tribes, then he brought them there too. But also you had the Vietnamese, you had the Indonesia, he chopped them too. You know what I'm saying? The Ishmaelites, he chopped them too. And Moab, he chopped them too. Vietnam, chopped them too. All these other countries. The Hamites, of course. South Africa, the Dutch chopped them too. Until this day, they're there. Till this day, they're there. Elon Musk, his father. Go see what type of mentality those Dutch people have. They're different than these ones. These ones are fucked up too, but not as fucked up as the ones in South Africa. And I'm gonna give you an example. That's why America is going to be wiped out off of the face of the planet, because they're fucked up compared to the other Edomites. Their lands are going to be still intact, but that whole land over there is just full of blood. It's full of blood. They've been shedding so much blood that the Most High be like, I'm gonna wipe every single individual particle out of there. Particle accelerator, because that's what they're doing on some devil shit. I'll tell you that. But the Most High is he's gonna disintegrate all the particles. All the elements are gonna melt. Even the wind is gonna be like, damn, I didn't do anything. You smoking me too? Yep. The wind has been inside of Edomite, their lungs, and breathed it out again. So even that wind needs to be wiped out. All the wind, all the air, all the air that the Edomites breathe in America needs to be cleansed. So it says right here, Zephaniah 1 and 12. And it shall come to pass at that day, okay. 13. Therefore their goods shall become a booty. All their goods shall become spoiled, because the Most High is going to allow us to snatch it up. Not the ones in America, but the ones over the rest of the world. Because the gold in America, just like in the book of Joshua chapter 21, Joshua 21. No, what am I doing? Joshua 7. 7:11 and all Joshua 7 and 1, where it talks about Achan or Akan, whatever you want to say, tomato. Him, he stole that Babylonian garment, and then he died. He died for that, and his kids too, because they was a part of the problem. Because they was a part of the problem. But his wife didn't, because his wife was like, it's not mentioned that his wife was smoked, because she didn't do anything. But it was the kids and him. It also didn't mention the kids, but the Most High did say him and everything that pertained unto him was tossed in the fire, and also his children, but his wife was not, But let me go on. So it says right here, therefore their goods shall become a booty, and their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them. That's when we get your bitch ass in slavery. You're gonna build stuff for us. Isaiah chapter 60. You're gonna do things, boy. You're gonna do miraculous things. People gonna be looking at you. Damn, I didn't know that was possible. Damn. And you cleaning the street with his teeth, and then you gonna beat his ass for getting this saliva all up on the street too. Knock your teeth out your mouth, just for fun, just fun things. Because the scriptures say it. Torture scriptures is coming, and that's torture times are coming, and that's in the scriptures of Revelation chapter 2, where we'll have power to break the nations as vessels, just for fun. So when you see every time you see a glass fall on the ground and it goes plang-a-lang-a-lang, that's Esau. Oh boy. That's gonna be funny. And Moab too. Don't forget that. Ishmael too. Don't forget that. I ain't forgetting you. Moab, Ammon, Ishmael. Because I read something that, but if I listen to their language, it's kind of the same. Korea and Japan, it's kind of the same to a certain degree. Not 100%, but I hear similarities, mannerisms and stuff like that. But I checked out the history, but I'm not really focused on that 100%. Unless I get that real thing, because I don't know. It's to the spirit. I saw this article, and a guy said it. Sorry, it was a person from that country itself. He said that the Koreans, they came from China. They came from China and they lived there, and then they separated themselves from the rest. But I was thinking to myself, like, they might have been other descendants of Ammon, because they are different compared to the Chinese. They are different. If you look at their style, they're more similar to Japan. And guess what? Japan also was on China, because they lived amongst each other. Remember, they lived amongst each other. Moab and Ammon, they are brothers. And then of course they started to multiply and started to divide. And to the Spirit, the Most High kept them within themselves, because the Most High said about Moab, he's sitting on his lease. There goes another lease again, meaning he has everything of himself still in himself. For example, he has his so-called culture and stuff like that. Funny as hell, man. He has his so-called culture still within him, you know, that there, because they didn't change things. If you go to, for example, China, you have a lot of herbs. The Most High put them on a land mass that is full of herbs, man. You'd be like, damn, this is a lot of herbs. And I'm talking about the plants. I'm not talking about the tiger balls that they take and they chew it and eat it to have libido or something like that, or grow their testosterone. That's some bullshit, man. You can just grab herbs and get the testosterone out of that. You don't need to chop off tiger balls, man. Your balls need to chop off, man. You can just grab a plant, man. Shit. Even a coca leaf is a plant, man. Esau made it into a powder. I'm not promoting coca leaves neither. I'm just giving you an example that everything is just natural. You shouldn't be using coca leaves, by the way, because that shit will make you jump into another dimension. That's what the natives did it for. Anyway, jumping into dimension trances, do wicked shit. That's one of the reasons why our people got smoked, because we were doing shit like that. Anyway, Zephaniah 1 and 13. Therefore their goods shall become as booty, and their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them. And they shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof. This happened to us already. Now it's going to happen to the rest. You know, because we in that time right now where everything is switching. That's why you see the daughters of Esau. You see them all, for example, OnlyFans, and you see their wives making crazy. I seen some videos. I was like, damn, ain't nobody punching them. Nobody punching them. Nobody punching them. Not me. I'm not trying to do that, but I'm just making fun of it. Like, damn, they doing shit that they say there's no reason to hit a woman at all. Oh, there's reasons. You just don't do it. There's so many reasons, but you don't do it. That's the other thing. So yeah, not now. But once the time comes, the Most High will say, go to the midst of the city and smite women, maids, no matter. Smoke them. That's another story. But yeah, Zephaniah 1:14. The day of the Lord is great. Oh, sorry. It is near. It is near. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near. And hasten it greatly. Because it's going to come. What? I didn't know. It's already here? Yeah. Right? Even the voice of the day of the Lord. The voice of the day of the Lord is near too, because that's the prophets of the Heavenly Father. Starting with the elder apostles at Great Millstone down. And you have, going on, sorry. Even the voice of the day of the hour. The mighty men shall cry there bitterly. All you tough guys. I can't wait. You know what I like? Let me leave it. Verse 15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wastefulness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, because that's the day that's going to come, which is a day of destruction. And in that darkness, the Most High is going to look out for, he says also, in the hour of, I will keep thee from the hour of temptation. That's the truth. He will keep them. We're going to go through some things. I hope I'm one of them. The elect is going to go through some things, but you're still going to be kept from it, because if it were possible, they would deceive the very elect. So you know how hard it is not to get deceived? You're looking at them struggling. What is a woman? They're fighting. They know. They're lying to themselves, you know. They're lying. But yeah, you're lying. But then you have other people that really believe it. Those are them. Those ones. Those really exist, man. I'm telling you, they got spirits on them, and they have different mindsets. You can't reason with a beast. So, fire. So it says right here, Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 16. A day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against high towers, where the powers are, and the high towers you can't get there because they sitting on their lease. Ain't nobody touching them like that. But therefore the Most High said, I will raise up the meek of the earth and the weak and the dummies, and they're gonna confound all the smarties over there. You know, all high up and mighty. Also the Jacob descendants that love to sit in high places with the high seats in Moses' seat, and they love to sit there and be greeted of everybody because, you know, their names is recognized. A lot of people want to have their names recognized, man. You better recognize, nigga. Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? If somebody says that to you, I'd be like, do you know who you're talking to, nigga? You talking with? What are you talking about? I already see a spirit in my head. I'll be like, okay. But it's all good, man. Hey, it's all good, man. I'm funny with it. I make jokes, bro. Let's start clowning people, man. Once I'm clowning, you should know I ain't serious with you. I'm fucking around. I say bullshit. Okay? Because that's what you is. Anyway, but yeah, they will say that. In the world, they say stuff like, you know who I am? You don't know me? Yeah, because they want a name. They have, you know, they want to have a record. They want to have a recognition. But anyway, let me see here. I will bring distress upon men, that they shall not walk like blind men, because they have sinned against Yahweh. What? And they shall walk like blind men. Sorry, let me read it again. So Zephaniah 1 and 17. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men. And in that darkness, the Most High is going to give the light unto the eye self unto his elect. Going on, that they should walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Most High. So, just like when the angels came and they blinded them, instead of trying to, hey, what the oh my God, instead of panicking that they were made blind by those men, and it was a whole group of them that was made blind. Instead of panicking, they was trying to seek the more, read the chapter. They was trying to see, after they was blinded, they sought the more for those men. It was like putting fuel on the fire, like the fire became bigger. Huh? Ain't you supposed to be afraid right now? After that happened, they started to get more rowdy and stuff like that. But anyway, because they have sinned against the Most High, and their blood shall be purged out as dust, and their flesh as dung. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of Yahweh's wrath. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. And that's what we're getting at toward right now, you know? We're getting toward that time period where the Jacob descendants are going to be speedily ridden. Most High is going to, you know, good riddance, basically. But you're going to have Esau. They're going to trouble it up too for himself, because that's what he's doing. He's been doing it for a long while now. He's been doing that. Stirring up trouble for himself, sorry. He's stirring up trouble for himself because he thinks that the Most High is down with him. Anyway, so it says right here, Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. For Yahweh had put in their hearts to fulfill his will. So all the nations that are coinciding with America, they're going to turn against them. And that's what's happening right. We see it. They just invaded Iran, but the other nations, the other Edomite nations, they're seeing it, and they're looking at this guy like, what is this guy doing? He's doing what the Heavenly Father told him what to do. So, put in his spirit what to do. The hearts of the king is in the hands of the Lord. So, for Yahweh had put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast for a small season, until the words of the Heavenly Father be fulfilled. So until then they will not join forces with modern day Babylon, which is America. And then this will happen, verse 18. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. That woman is talking about America. He's that great king that ruleth over the planet Earth. And we in that time right now to where they're showing off their great power because they finna, well, not finna, they're talking about snatching Denmark from the, snatching Greenland from Denmark. You got to be really out your, I think they ran out of people to steal from. But not only that, I know the Most High put that spirit on them, but it looks like they ran out of other countries to steal from. So now they're stealing of their own allies. But that was something else. But if you read the scriptures in the book of First Kings 9, you understand what he's doing. It's not just only the money, that the mineral resources that's in that land. It's a strategic post for traffic, water traffic, boat traffic, because that line is opening up right now because it's starting to melt over there, and now they can make a line that goes even shorter. They can make a line from China to well, you know, behind all that there to Rotterdam. They can make that now. You know, if you look up China doing drills in Antarctica, North Pole. If you look that up, you will see like, what are you doing there? They've been there for a while because it was something. Because there's a route there that can actually make it. If you look up the map, you will see it. But that can make the shipment faster toward the Europe, here the Netherlands, or the Rotterdam haven. Yeah. Because the Chinese people do a lot of business with the Dutch. A lot of business. So when the Dutch chip company was given to I think Taiwan or China, America got angry at that. But the Dutch, they was like, you know what? It was kind of, hey, what the fuck? I don't want to get up in the trouble with none of you. But the Dutch eventually was like, fuck it, I'm gonna still sell to them. And they sold. They kept on selling. So that's also a kind of a friction that they have with America. So these Edomites from the Netherlands are starting to, you know, kind of resist the ones in America, and of course the ones in England. They've been resistant to a certain degree, but they always agree. But they kind of, you know, they have, you know, they're backbiting. It's like they're giving it to you, but they be like, hey man, this guy did that, like that, you know, because they actually don't want to do it, but they do it, but they mouth off afterward, you know, and that's what's happening with them right now. So all over the place, they're already they're already in fighting with each other, right? So it says right here, I'm gonna hit them up with a few last ones, man. Revelation chapter 13 and 15. Oh yeah, I forgot. No, I didn't forget it. I said it. Isaiah 32. You know, women that are at ease many years and days shall you be troubled, ye careless daughters. So that needs to come through. That's one of the prophecies that need to come through also. Another prophecy is 7 women. It's Isaiah 4:1. That's what I wanted to say. But Isaiah 4:1. It says, and 7 women shall take hold of one man. So that one also needs to come to pass. That one also needs to come to pass. You know? You're right. That one also needs to come to pass. Yeah, going on. So it says here Revelation chapter and a few other prophecies. For example, one of the prophecies needs to come to pass when they're gonna reject the Lord, man. They've already been rejecting the Lord, you know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be harder. Like, it's gonna be really known. Like, nah, man, these people want to have nothing to do with the Lord Yahawashi. They want to have everything to do with Caesar Borgia and all that there. So Revelation, last one, Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, the mark of the beast, sorry. Wait, no. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. I had a few other scriptures to give as example. For example, I'm gonna just talk about it. Jonah, he wanted them to be destroyed, right? And then he got angry at the Lord, like, I know he wasn't going to do it, man. He's wasting my time. He basically said it, like, that's why I didn't want to go. That's what he said. Basically, he said, like, you're wasting. That's what he said. That's what he said. He said, like, I didn't even want to go before you sent me there. And when I went and you did what you did, I already knew you was going to do that. But then, you know, he was waiting to see if the destruction would come, and then it got very hot, right? I have a point. Then it got very hot, right? Let me grab that point also, actually. First Kings chapter 19, because it's the same thing that Elijah did. 1 Kings 19 and 14, and Elijah said. It says he said, but as I say that it's Elijah because that's what it is. And he said, I have been very jealous for Yahweh the power, the Lord of hosts, because, here it comes, because the children of Israel have forsaken thy covenant, which were the northern tribes, in this specific chapter, because we know that it's all of us now, but this specific chapter, the children have forsaken thy covenant, throw down thine altars, and slain thy prophets with the sword, and I, even I only, am left, and they seek my life to take it away. And verse 15, and Yahweh said unto him, go, return on thy way to the wilderness of Damascus, which is in Aram, and when thou comest, anoint Hazael to be king over Aram. So Elijah said, hey, Lord, and he said it 2 times, but I didn't read the other one. Verse 10, if I'm correct. Verse 10, if I'm correct. But I just read the one below. He said it 2 times, the same thing. He said it 2 times, but he said, like Lord, I'm jealous for your sake, because I've been here killing for you. I've been fighting for you, getting chased, almost getting murdered because of you. All that there, defending your word, defend the Most High and stuff like that, defend the gospel. I've been doing that. And here it is, the northern tribes, they be killing their kids, they be doing all these type of madness, and you ain't doing nothing to them, basically. Well, then the Most High told them, okay, because he's like, man, I'm about to die. And then the Most High told him, like, okay, go to Elisha and basically anoint him. And then go to Hazael and anoint him king over Aram. And then the Most High gave him a vision what Hazael would do. And then when he saw Hazael, he started to cry because he knew what he was going to do to the Israelites, to the northern tribes. He knew, like, oh shit, I know what you're going to do. And Hazael looked at him, he said, like, why are you crying? Am I that bad? I'm not bad. Because he told him, like, you're going to kill the northern tribes. You're going to dash their kids against the stones, and you're going to rip their children apart in the pieces and stuff like that, you know, the pregnant women, something like that. And then he said, I wouldn't do that, man. Pfft, that's not me. And then he went home and he murdered the king. So you know, paranoid. But this is the point. At the end of that chapter, the Jonah now. Jonah was angry, but let me short it off. The Most High said, there are 120,000 men in that land of Nineveh that are good. Therefore, I will not destroy Nineveh. And Jonah was like, okay, that's the same thing with 1 Kings chapter 19. Most High said in the end of that chapter, he said, because Jonah wanted them dead, the whole city of Nineveh, he wanted them dead. He wanted the Lord to destroy them. And he was angry that the Lord didn't destroy him. And then Elijah also, he was like, hey, Lord, they ain't doing anything. Look at them. Look at what they're doing. Okay, so at the end of 1 Kings 19, the Most High explains, I have 7,000 men in the midst of the northern tribes that will not bow the knee down to Baal. It's like when Yahawashi, he said to his 2 men, John and James, if I'm correct, when they said, Lord, they don't want to listen, shall we call fire from heaven? And he said, no, man, what are you doing, man? You coming in the spirit of Satan. You're trying to kill him? No. There's going to be born in the midst of them others that might be young now, and then later on they start growing up, and they're not going to be down with the Baal worship and stuff like that. So if you snuff them out now, you snuffed out potentially the potential elect. That's the same thing with the weeds and the tares. You don't know who you're smoking. Well, all those three, Jonah 4, the weed and the tares, and Isaiah chapter 1 Kings 19, all show you that it's all about patience. You don't know what that man will do in 20 years. He might repent, just like when Yahawashi said, hey, which one of these sons did his father's will? The first one that said, nah, I ain't doing it, man, do it yourself. And then later on he repented and he did it. And the other one said, yeah, Father, I'm gonna do it. And then later on, as soon as his father left, he said, man, do it yourself. And then he went to go do his own business. So which one did this father's will? The one disrespected his father, but then he repented and then he did it. And the other one, he actually said, yes, you know, they serve me with their mouth, but their heart is far from me. That one was gonna get destroyed. But the other one, that's the Jacob descendants, man. In the beginning, you know, you go against the Most High, you might, and then later on, you start catching yourself like, hey, you know what? I don't think that thing what I did there was good, man. And let me pray to the Most High from the beginning. So that's what's happening right now. You will have Jacob descendants that are on that side. They might switch, you know. And then you have Jacob descendants that are on that side. You think it's the good side, you know, the right side. Then they might switch and turn themselves into the left. So, yeah. And that's why the voice of the Lord is out here to give you all these examples in order for you to see and be like, oh, so, hey, okay. So those type of things are a possibility. Because what is the scriptures for? The things that are written aforetime are written for our learning. So if you see that people are going through a certain, for example, if you see that men are going to, you know, messed up things with the marriage certificate and all that type of stuff, you know, the women taking half and all that type of stuff, right? Once you start learning that, you be like, hey, I don't want to go through that. Then you learn. But you have others, they see it and they still follow and they get their ass burned, you know, and then they go remarry again, they get their ass burned again, and then it's a cycle of stupidity. But the Most High saith, He will make you of quick understanding, and therefore, once you see it one time happen to another, you're gonna bet your ass that you're not gonna put yourself there in a marriage situation and stuff like that. Come on, man. Well, that's the same thing with the scriptures. Once you see it happening there, then you know of the possibilities now. You know better now. Your mind is not, you don't have that tunnel vision anymore. Just an example. You don't have that tunnel vision anymore of flying reindeers and all that type of shit. Because once you're in this world, you don't think about it like that, you know? Until somebody tell you, and then you be like, oh man, you're right. Oh man, you know? Because like I said, man, there's a lot of Jacob descendants that don't fully understand what they're doing. And if you tell them like, so you worship flying reindeers? No, what are you talking about? Oh, and then they start, you know, waking up the darkness. They start kind of clearing out, coming out the bushes like, hey, you're right, man. That shit ain't right, right? But they don't think unless you put it in their head. Therefore, when you read these scriptures, that's the role model. Not the things of the world and stuff like that. Not the things of the world. Because if you model yourself off of the world, then you're gonna try to be a rapper or an athlete or a actor or just somebody to where you can say to that person, hey man, you know who I am, man? You know who you're talking to? Because that's what people in the world do, you know? Especially when they have a high status, then when they meet somebody that doesn't know them, then they're offended. They be like, what the fuck you don't know me, man? You don't know me, bitch. Say, I'm mad. You don't know me, bitch. That comes in their mind because they're proud. They're proud. And the Most High is going to lop your fucking head off and operate. Be one of them Jason niggas that be coming to get you. But with that, I'm going to say all praises go to the Most High, Yahawashi, double on the Son to the Elder Apostles at Great Millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. And shalom to the sincere outcome across the world. Shalom.